Federal prosecutors say 7 Chinese nationals have been arrested in a sweeping takedown targeting illegal marijuana houses, often bought with cash and hidden in plain sight across residential neighborhoods. And it's not an isolated incident. Similar operations have been uncovered throughout the country.
There's probably more like 500 to 1,000 scattered about the state, along with flop houses, cash houses, part of the Chinese criminal organizations, and it extends throughout New England.
Trailers, homes, even neighborhoods near schools have been quietly converted into grow sites, raising serious safety concerns.
Well, the neighbors, I think, are terrified. A lot of them have observed and called the police, members of Congress, but by and large, they've been told there's nothing we can do about it. Cannabis is legal.
But this isn't just about drugs. Experts warn these pot plantations are a Trojan horse for the Chinese, used to launder money, traffic people, and worse.
This is brazen Chinese Communist Party activity, and they're not here for the money. They're not here for the marijuana. They're here because they can use these networks and the products that these networks are producing to do us harm.
Former DEA official Derek Malt says this is a calculated infiltration designed to weaken the U.S. from within.
In my opinion, a deliberate intent, and that's to destabilize and destroy American communities. They're doing counterintelligence operations, and they're using these dangerous chemicals, and they're taking advantage of America's drug addictions.
Even more alarming, the marijuana is supercharged and laced with toxic chemicals. And that's no accident.
They are making marijuana that's much higher in THC, like 25 to 30% THC. But most importantly, we know that they are spraying Chinese pesticides on the crops.
Both Maltz and Robinson agree these black market blends aren't one-offs. They're part of a much broader Chinese strategy.
They're not trying to help people get high. They're trying to hurt people's brains. This is a strategic, calculated initiative from the CCP. You know, a lot of people refer to it as unrestricted warfare.
If they're distributing these vape pens throughout New England, out into the Midwest, what's to stop them from swapping out those cartridges with something that has weaponized bird flu in it?
In other words, this isn't merely a warning. The threat's already here. And without a blistering crackdown, the fallout could be catastrophic. Charla, this isn't just happening in Maine and Massachusetts. It's a nationwide problem. You've had these similar busts in Oregon, in Washington State, California, even Oklahoma. In fact, back in April, there was a bust in Oklahoma. Someone was arrested who had a Chinese military uniform in his possession. This is on U.S. soil. This is something that screams this is far greater and more dangerous than just weed.
Yeah, this is disturbing. Why isn't this getting more attention? I'll be honest with you. This is the first time that I had heard about this.
Yeah, it's a great question, Charlotte. So legalized weed does present a problem for authorities. They're not going to go sniffing around these grow sites, and the Chinese know this. So what they do is they use marijuana as a cover for money laundering, for human trafficking, for even espionage activities. And the Trump administration is definitely cracking down more than Biden did, but this needs a lot more attention, and which is why we're giving it that attention and covering it.
All right, good stuff. Jason Mattera, thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.